small, so it's pretty pissing pointless. But it'd be nice that you get to see it anyway. So I decided we'd have a topic for the video because people said that I don't talk enough when doing the run privates and doing the route videos, and it's a bit difficult doing the route videos to talk. But run privates is not too bad. So my topic is a current topic when this was filmed, which is Manchester City Council tightening up the taxi driving the test to get your taxi licence. I couldn't get that out then. So it basically means that to become a taxi driver you've got to go through a harder test in Manchester. To get a Manchester cab plate. However, this has already been circumnavigated, and it is said so many times that it's circumnavigated already. Because when they can't get their plate in Manchester, they just go somewhere else. So they went Rosendale and so on. So what you end up with is what we currently end up with, so it's going to be Dartford, is where the entirety of Manchester ends up with cabs with plates from Liverpool. The recent new one that seems to be creeping around is Wolverhampton Council. Wolverhampton, Manchester. There's a bit of difference there. So why do they get to operate? And this isn't my views as a bus driver, this is my views in general. Just in case anyone from the company's listening. This is my general views on it, and you know, cabs in total, they don't do enough. You've got the old cabbies out there that are like, you know, the ones that are like 60 now, who, when they took their test to become a cab driver, they had an A to Z and a black cab. And a shit ton of knowledge in their head. Now it's all sat nav. And I'm sorry, but none of the councils are doing enough to govern the taxis. On a Friday, Saturday night, they'll all be piled up in taxi ranks, where the taxi rank says this rank's for 4 taxis. How many trying to get in it? 16. And then you'll have a taxi marshal going, oh, you can't park there. Oh, I'm sorry, but that's not good enough. It just isn't good enough. So what if Manchester City Council make their test harder for cabs? That's not going to stop them, they just go somewhere else. So the only way to stop them is everyone harder on it and stop letting Uber take over. You know, you've seen it now on Google, not on Google, on YouTube. You know, probably before this advert, this video plays now, because it's going to have a tagline of Uber. You've got them go, Uber, your security is first. Yeah, have you seen some of their taxi drivers? Look like murderers. Sorry, edit there. Criminals. You had the Rosendale scandal a few years ago. You know, and no one seems to have learned. Oh, got an event there. No one seems to have learned from it and made getting a taxi licence any harder. And it should be hard to get a licence. Gone to the M60. What's up? Reports of debris. Yeah, it should be harder to get a licence. You know, you shouldn't just have to follow sat nav. And also, periodically, they should be tested for the driving ability. Like, you're not going to get a black cab from Liverpool, are you, to Manchester? You're going to get the train and stay the night. No, it's just 62 this month. It's I believe that if you've got a cab plate of a different city or county, you must operate for a certain amount of time in that county per week. I think. I don't know if it's week or month or whether that's a complete lie, but I think they're the rules. And it ain't good enough. Should be visiting only. Because I bet 99.9%, excuse me, of the ones that say, you know, they've got a Saffron council plate or a Liverpool council, Wolverhampton. I bet you they don't go back to Wolverhampton very often. They just couldn't do the Manchester one and they wanted it back here. Now I remember the headline, it was that they wanted to introduce English tests to make sure drivers of Manchester cabs could speak English. Cracking deal. Well done, Manchester City Council, that is so controversial, but possibly so true. And there's nothing really more you can say on that. You know, there's that many drivers that aren't of English descent, we'll say. I think descent is the right word. You know, being able to understand and read English is a big part of being a cab driver. Understanding road signs and, you know, all that. The good thing that we're different, especially from America, is that all our buttons in our cars all have symbols. In America, the fog light has the word fog written on it. Now you've got to know English. But it's a fair deal from Manchester City Council. But as well as governing who gets a taxi plate, they need to govern the taxis that are already out there. You know, and come down hard on the ones that flout the rules and, you know, and all that. Because it's just, the problem's out of control. There's too many taxis for the city centre. That is as plain as it is, there is too many taxis. Like I say, you've got a taxi rank for 4 taxis and 8 trying to get on it, and they're all blocking the bus stop. The dickhead behind me with his full beam on. Is that bright? I can see him in that mirror, that display, and I can't see fuck all out there. So, yeah, just there has to be more control over who gets a taxi licence and who doesn't. 24 being off, dickhead. Driving standard. I mean, as a bus driver, we are watched all the time for our driving standard. You know, the company we work for, first, the same, all that, they expect a high level of standard. Very following that side. And if you don't meet that standard and someone complains about you, you know, you're being pulled in the office and going, why isn't it that good? Taxi drivers are no one, well, they don't seem to have anyone to care about. Do you know he's tailgating me now? You don't have anyone to answer for, and if who do you complain? Well, you complain to the council. What the council gonna do? Makes me laugh. They all have the flipping dash cam. I'm like, seriously? Just as they pull a U-turn in front of your bus. Much as this seems a rant, it's the honest truth about what the councils need to be doing. Like I said, we are governed highly as bus drivers. You know, if we have a little plank, where I put my mirror in the back of a bus purely by accident, misjudged it. You know, it happens. Right? 2 days later, after they watched the CCTV, had an accident report, I was like in the office. How did it happen? Why did it happen? And if you don't satisfy them, you can say hello to the training school, because they will put you back into training to make sure it doesn't happen again. But cabbies don't have anyone to answer to, and I think it's wrong. They should be periodically checked to make sure their driving is up to par. There should be people out watching them to make sure that they're driving in a safe and responsible manner. The amount of cab drivers, I was in a cab, I was a kid, mustn't have been a kid because I'd been drinking, so I must have been about 18ish, and I got a cab back with a friend in Oldham. We went through about 7 sets of traffic lights, not one of them were green, and we went through every single one of them on red. Not changing red, steady red. And that just goes to show the standard of driving, and it hasn't changed much now. You know, we'll just pull up here on this no stopping area. Great, thank you. And they don't look where they're going to stop, they just slap their hazards on and stop. And at night, most of the accidents you see in town involve a private hire taxi. And I understand the taxis, the pressure is there, especially now there's such a number of them. To make a living on it, the pressure is high. But at the same time, you can tell which are the old timers and which ones are the new ones. The old timers have respect for the road. You know, we let each other go. They don't slam on, and you know, they make sure they indicate properly before they're going to pull up. You know, they indicate left for a while, then put the hazard lights on. Good indication, but they do this way before they're ready to stop. Good indication, right, they're coming to a stop, we can move out or plan our next move. The new drivers, however, bang, hazard lights on, stop. No matter how many lanes of traffic they're blocking. And it shows, and the council don't have control over it. Middle Earn don't want to go there, Berry M66 want to go there. Yeah, and it just shows. But the other thing which really got me, when I used to do the 201 night bus, I used to do 201, 237, right? Used to follow taxis from the town centre, say to Ashton or to Hyde, and you're like, that taxi's just cost you 30 odd quid. This bus costs £33. Yeah, but people would go and go, oh, that's expensive. Is it? Paying £3 on a night fare before the taxi even arrives. You know, there's an article at the moment that's somewhere, I think Birmingham way or something like that. They've relaunched a night service bus that runs to 3 AM, and it's much cheaper than you think. Yeah, of course it is. You know, you've all seen it. It's all in the videos. Special fares apply. The special fares is that it is £3. This sounds happening. I need to get out because I need to go to Berry. Didn't read the signs. Yeah, the special fare is that it's £3. It's a flat fare. It's much cheaper than the taxi. And if you live on the route, you know you're going to get home. But people would even use it as the 201. They'd use it, pay the £3, get all the way to Hyde for £3, and then get a taxi. And it's only going to cost you much less than what it would do if you didn't. are great. You know, respect for each other, they share the road, you know, they share the bus stops. If they see you coming and you've got your indicator on, they move out the bus stop for you, you know, because they know they're only allowed there to set down and pick up. Some of them though won't, but you know, you can tell which ones are good, and what you tend to do is you tend to remember the plate numbers of the nice taxis, and then you let them go next time when you see them, or you know. But yeah, the council just meant to turn your interior light off, mate. The council's lost control. There's no way they can say they've got control of the situation. But on saying that, yeah, the council is trying to do something about it, so you can't slam the council completely because they are trying. But I think when they do the retest, turn your full beam off, dickhead. When they do the retesting, something needs to be done about it. This bus is starting to smell funky. They need to clamp down on it. Very straight ahead. Don't know where this takes me to Bury. I was going to go Victoria Avenue that way. Oh, fuck it. Then I was going to go Local Shed way, come off at Bessie's, but I thought I might as well follow the sign for Bury now. Yeah, so it's good that they are attempting to do something about it, but when the retest comes in, because they have to be tested every year to keep their taxi plate, it needs to be tightened up there, you know. I don't know if taxis have like mystery shoppers. We have mystery passengers. Now taxi shops have mystery shoppers. Do taxi drivers have mystery passengers? Pretty sure they probably do. I'm going to start braking. I'm pretty sure they probably do. Right, Bury second exit. 8:58. But why isn't there more? Why have you stopped all the way back here? So it just goes to show there needs to be more governing of them, more tests, more random people getting in them and writing about the driver to make sure the driver is actually licensed properly, doing the job. Because you see a lot of private hires picking up as a public fare. Or touting for business, as they call it. I'm on the 163 route. Not 100% sure where I am, but I'll just follow the signs for Bury's town centre. Yeah. You know, so there should be more, especially at night, like at this time, you know, and leading through the night, because that's when the drivers start to be a bit cheeky. In Oldham Street, they park across the line and then they pick up a fare, regardless of what the traffic lights are, they go straight through it. Seriously? It's town centre straight ahead. We'll go straight ahead then. I mean, in Bury, the taxis are great in Bury. It's the ones that are visiting that aren't. You know, the ones that like block up the turning circle. But you can tell the ones that should be there because they've got respect for everything that's there. You know, they don't stop off in the bus area. You know, you don't see the massive queue of them down the rank because they're all queued properly. They're all respecting the area properly. taxis in yachts were different as well. There's a much more civilised affair. I think it was York, and I think it was Johnny. Someone said it on the original taxi video, which we had to take down. And this one's going to replace it. But if you are a bus driver or becoming one, always be wary of a taxi driver. Yes, where is this bus station? There. Oh, Bury Metrolink interchange. We'll follow that. Yeah, you just always be wary of them. You know, because at any point taxis will stop and they'll just do what they want. Wait, there's the market. So I want to come into this lane here. Because there, supposedly coming up should be, this is the ring road, but there's the bus station. I found Bury! Yeah, just be wary of them, because, you know, a lot of them will just stop dead, do what they want, 3-point turn in front of you. You just gotta watch them and try not to get frustrated with them. You will though, but try not to. Anyway, I am going, Bury is just there, so in about, well, the time it takes these traffic lights, I'm going to go, and then I'm going to go get some food, because I've got an hour to sit here now. I'm hungry. I don't finish till 20 to 2, so by the time I get home I'm not really going to have time to eat, although probably I will end up eating. So I'm going to go get some food. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you found this video interesting. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Don't forget about the bell icon. And Patreon, donate on there for more. Move out of the way. Move! 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 People like that shouldn't be driving. See, that taxi driver's moved because he's seen me coming round, and that'll probably want this bus parking spot. Anyway, like I say, hope you've enjoyed it. Patreon links are below and all that. I'd like you to suggest what you'd like as a patron, as a privilege, because at the moment we've got the videos whenever they're done in advance, which is about, at the moment we're about 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks in advance. So if there's something else that you might like the idea of, that you might think I could do, that's worth $1 for you to become a patron. And don't forget about the Keithley Twilight running. I presume this is going out. If not, there'll be a little annotation right now. I will be attending. Again, if not, there'll be an annotation, but I will be attending with the B10. So, yeah. See you later. Bye.
That is. Oh, God.